me, so it's a little different.
Okay. Dennis Young here, podcast number 30 through 2 already. And Cyrille Verdeaux we have here all the way from, you're in France right now, or what country you're in?
No, I left France years ago because I couldn't stand anymore the climate here.
Okay.
So now I am in the South Portugal, where
Oh,
it's
okay.
hot, it's calm, it's really peaceful, it's near the ocean, and it's very cheap. It's a cheap country. You have
Okay.
a good quality of life for don't need to be rich,
So let's
fortunately.
hear. So let's hear about your music. How you got started with synthesizers and
Mm.
electronics, and so let's hear. Go back in time, and we'd love to hear.
Yeah, according to my age, which is now 75 in a few weeks, I started in the 60s, which a lot of people, for listeners, were not born, I guess.
Right.
And I started Conservatoire of Music when I was six, little by little. And at the 10 years after, I had a couple of prime first prize on music, on solfege, on harmony, and music. And after the 60s came, and I could attracted by the rock scene,
Right.
and passed from classic to symphonic rock.
Oh, okay.
Naturally, because I study for 10 years all the base of music, how to write it, how to compose it, and all these things. So I was ready to do albums, which has been done in the first in 1974 with Virgin. So I had to cross the
Oh,
channel
okay.
with my little demo, which was like two tracks, piano, organ, which is something I would not even listen to it now. But I had this. It was the neck of plus ultra at this time. So I went to Virgin with the help of Tim Blake, probably
Oh,
from
yeah. No, Tim
the
Blake. Yeah.
synthesizer of Gong. I was living in his squat in London, and
Right.
we visited with him. I visited Virgin. They listened to the demo. And it was just after the tremendous success of Tubular Bells,
Oh,
which
yeah.
was also like 20 minutes non-stop on each side. And I had the same kind of format, 20 minutes non-stop on each side. So I said, well, he's French, but who? What heck?
That's great.
That's right.
Timing is
So,
everything.
because I was the only Frenchman to have signed at Virgin, in fact. So I am a little proud about that too. And it
And
was a good success. And after I made a second album, which is Forever Blowing Bubbles,
okay.
with David Cross and the violinist of
Oh,
King
that's of course for
Crimson.
King Crimson.
Yes, and a team of French very good musicians, Christian Boulez and Jean-Claude Dagostny,
Wow.
but they're all dead now, mostly, unfortunately. I'm one of
Right.
the last survivor
Oh
because
my
probably
gosh.
I had a reasonable life compared to them. So I'm still
Well,
healthy,
that's
and
good. And you had a great success there. You played with Steve Hillage too, right?
well, in
Was he
fact,
on your record too?
he played with me on this album, Clearlight, and I just already 40 years after that in 2014,
Yeah, right.
like a new album with the same guy, Stevie
Oh
Lay,
wow.
Tim
Okay.
Blake, Didier Malherbe,
That's
and
great.
it's called the Impressionist Symphony.
Okay.
It's my last one. I didn't do any after because now it's very difficult to sell CDs, as you
Oh,
probably
I'm
know.
sure.
But I can show
Oh yeah, let's see that.
how it looks like,
Oh yeah. That looks great.
you know.
And
And
where can
you
you
have the
where can you buy this at? On your website or on oh wow. Let's
and
see.
you have the people who
Oh
in
yeah.
a little bootleg of people who did it with me.
Didier, wow. That's
Like
great.
Didier Malherbe, on the it's called Impressionist Symphony, as I
Right.
said, and it's very difficult to find it right now,
Okay.
except on my not as a CD but as the digital. I'm on CD Baby. That's the only one who pay me something.
Okay. Yeah.
Everybody, every other labels sell my music without referring to me for any reason. So
Yeah. I
after
bet.
CDbaby.com, I got all my stuff there with
Oh, that's so
digital because
funny.
CD are out. And people who want to know, they can get there
It's
with my
very hard to
name or Clearlight name.
it's very hard to sell music these days. I put out records myself, and I don't. It's hard to sell anything. It's very
Yes,
difficult.
it's only if you are not very, very famous, like
Right.
Lady Gaga or people who go to the movie, to the TV show and all that. Now, people don't even buy CD. They don't have CD
No.
in their CD players in their home. Last time I was in United States, I had my CD with me. Nobody could listen to
No.
them. Oh, well, no podcast. Well, Deezer, Spotify, da da da. No more CDs. It's all
Right.
over.
They're
Vinyl, the
all. They're
same
not
thing.
even in cars anymore. They
The
stopped
vinyl.
putting them in cars in 2018, I think. Now they're not even in cars.
No, no.
CDs.
The new car, they don't have CD players. My old car is like more than 10 years old. I have still a CD player, but probably last year they did. No, but it's just incredible. What lack of respect of
Right.
all
You're
the
right.
things we have done for so many years. I've done 17 CDs, officially released, and now nobody can have access to it except with digital files. If they hear about
Right.
me. If they heard about me, which is
How
like
many records?
I'm a
How many
little drop
records?
in the ocean.
How many records did you release over the years? After that first,
17,
how many?
17.
Wow.
So it started with like six vinyls,
Right.
and the rest has been CDs.
And they're
Or
and do you use Bandcamp at all? Do you go on Bandcamp?
no, I could. I was waiting for somebody to plug me because I don't want to use PayPal because it's from Musk, and I don't want to do anything with where Musk is involved because I think
Right.
he's very dangerous, crazy
Right.
guy.
Right.
I don't want to be part of it at all, which has been always my story for everything. That's why probably I'm a
Yeah.
little aside of the society because when I don't like something, I don't participate.
Yeah. I don't blame
Yeah.
you.
And I started in May 69, 68, in fact, no, 68 on LSD. So, it's a kind of strong stuff.
Right. Right.
Wow, that's it. The reality, is a big R,
What
After,
kind of what kind of keyboards were you using back then? What were you using? Minimoog or what were the
first,
keyboards?
no, it was organ, mellotron on the acoustic piano.
Oh wow.
That's about 74, 75, and after 76 I could start to have like Prophet 5 on the wonderful specimen like Mini Moog. And I
Right.
started with IRP Odyssey. That was one of my first synthesizer.
Okay.
And after I was emulator, the samplers, and all. No, I could. And after I had to go to the kind of Cubase and Steinberg Pro 24. So all that was more and more complicated
Yeah.
from the conservatoire with writing notes on the paper. So I had to evolve kind of fast because, but now I cannot follow anymore. They don't more CDs. I don't know what else to do. So I
Right.
decided
Right.
to quit a little bit because I have no more money coming in, so I cannot buy equipment. Da. So I have to just survive on my past releases.
Well, you've had some great records, and I know the M1 was a really
Yeah,
breakthrough.
M1, yes.
I had an
Well, I
M1.
would not, I would
That was
not
very
know
good.
them all, but usually now my favorite of all, if you want to know, is the Kurzweil 26.
Oh, okay.
2600. I did an all complete album
Oh,
just
wow.
with it, with the
With
piano
the
acoustic,
crystal.
on all the drums, on all the symphonic
Oh,
orchestra,
okay.
everything with the same instrument in a 16-track studio, and it was wonderful. This
And was
album,
it
we could even have the Leslie, the control of the speed of the Leslie on the organ,
wow.
B3 Hammond, completely. No, Kurzweil is a genius.
Now,
Uh,
was this at the Manor, the Virgin Studios? Was that done
yeah,
at that studio? The
yes, I
record.
did the two albums. I've done the wonderful time. 15 days of like we're in heaven.
Wow.
With a wonderful hotel, and we're just making 10 meters, and we have the 16 tracks recording
Oh
studio
man, that must be
where
amazing.
Michael Field composed the tubular
Tubular
bells.
Bells? Wow.
So
Did
it
you
was kind of, but didn't
Simon
last.
Simon
So
Hayward there, Hayford there, the Simon the producer, was he there? Who worked with
no,
Virgin?
no, no. With Virgin, it was easy. They were just given total green card.
Okay.
So we could do whatever we wanted. They didn't participate except, and we were in fact paying in advance for all what it cost. They didn't. In fact, after the reimburse on the sales of the album, you don't see any royalty for 10 years with them.
Oh wow. Huh.
I had to pay everything, but I didn't know. So I was inviting my friend, my brother, in the
Yeah.
manor. But I didn't know it was like $200 per day.
Oh my gosh. At that time, right?
And after I knew I had to sell at least 1,000 albums just to pay the stay of
Now
my
is that
girlfriend.
well that's
So
that's a classic record. Your first record is a classic. I mean in the
yeah, I'm
synthesizer
happy.
world,
I'm
it
very
really is.
surprised. I'm surprised because it's my first, as I say, and it was the first time I was putting a foot in a recording studio. I never had any experience before.
Wow.
So I think and Tim Blake could help me a little bit, but for final mix, I wanted to do everything because I had like like you are in a chef. Instead of a musician, you have tracks
How
with a
about that?
track of violin, track of trumpet, and all that. And
How about
I
that?
wanted to hear myself.
Right,
But
right.
I was not very experimented. It was the first time, so I made some kind of overstay, of overloading sound here and there. But everybody liked it. If a lot of people liked it, I'm happy.
Was this a written out score or you just
No,
played
no, no, no. I
oh
play, I
written
record. My technique, I play live.
right?
Everything I've done, I didn't write one note.
How about that?
Even if I learned, I couldn't do it. But instead of having this scholastic effort on the page, I wanted to be here now. So
Right,
here and there,
right,
you improvise, and you record, and what you like, you learn by heart. And little by little, I was
right.
building my albums like this.
That's the way to
And
do it.
after it was kind of coherent piece of music, I was happy.
You were very lucky to have the some of those musicians from Gong there play with you, right? Tim Blake, Didier, Steve Hillage. Those three guys alone are fantastic musicians.
You bet. And
And
I
that
was
was
very happy to be their friend from 2 years before, so
wow,
it could be easy after. And they were already in Virgin, so they were recording an album like at
right.
the same time. So they just had to make 20 yards, and they could record with me to take 3 takes. The 10 minutes was done.
Right.
Oh.
Now, did you do any shows, live shows with this?
Yeah, the year after, Gong was making a tour of England, and we
Right.
were like the opening act.
Oh,
We have been the
wow.
opening act for like 25, so 25 dates.
Wow.
It was very, very fun.
That must have been fun watching them play. I mean, that was
Oh,
the classic lineup. That was the
I know,
classic lineup.
yeah, I know it by heart. You have
Oh,
Merlin,
yeah.
Cyrille. That was incredibly well done, and the mix was
Oh, yeah.
perfect. The lights were really good. It was a really good show.
Oh, I'm sure. Pierre
was
Moulin was one of my favorite
still
drummers of all
with David
time.
Allen. Also, David Allen was still there. It was his last tour with
Right.
Gong after the split. But they were very good, a good group there.
Oh yeah. Now, was it this pretty small places or was it larger?
No, 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 no. Tons. It was between 7,000
That's a
people.
lot.
Yeah, it was. No, they were kind of famous. Gong was
Oh yeah. I
it
think they
was
were
a
more
lot.
famous there in France than in America. I
Yeah,
don't think.
they were touring a lot. Like 200 concerts per year,
Oh
almost
yeah. That's
for,
fantastic. Yeah.
for
I,
years and years and years. They were everywhere. You know,
yeah.
you know, in Europe. Especially in France, but a little bit in England and in Germany and Holland, Italy,
Right. I'm
Spain.
having a I'm having an interview with Richard Sinclair. Do you know him from Hatfield
Yes,
in the
from
north?
Hartfield on the north. Yeah, of
Yeah,
course, I
I'm
met
looking
him.
forward to that too. He's had an amazing the whole Canterbury music scene.
Exactly. With the Soft Machine is coming back also.
Right.
I heard they are doing new concerts.
Yeah. So he's
Um,
still playing a little bit. So
and King Crimson also, it's just, but the best are the Rolling Stones, that's a kind of
well,
unbeatable.
I'm doing this podcast so to introduce audience to great musicians like you that don't get enough, you know, airplay out there, and because your records were fantastic at the day. You
Yeah,
were
thank
really
you very much. We appreciate. It's kind of timeless music, so I don't despair that the new generation we will find interesting my melodies and the orchestration and the atmospheres and messages.
yeah. Well, there's a lot of musicians and people that find music like this, and they respect it, and then they go back to it. They try to find records. So you're in a unique group there. You like Vangelis was in that. Oh yeah, that record. How
This
about that?
album is not released. I did everything, but nobody want to release it.
No, huh?
It's a solo piano album done on a Bosendorfer.
Okay.
It's called Kiva Piano Vassano, and it's.
Is
I
oh
hope
yeah, look
somebody
at
will
that.
be able to release it
Right.
one day because I have like 6 or 7 box full of these CDs. And
Now, so there's nobody in the States that can buy your in the U.S. Is there anybody that can buy your albums? Because I'd like to put it in the description how they could reach you to get your music.
yeah, but the problem is I have everything on CD Baby,
Okay.
but I am very few album left. It's
Okay.
only most you have like 10% and 90% are digital.
Right.
And I have no idea. I cannot do more like CD, like because I do like 500 at the same time or 1,000. I will
Right.
have it on
Right.
the it's impossible. So I don't know. I want maybe to have somebody who is trying to like a producer who want to make like a global coffret with 8 albums with all my best stuff in it.
Right. Well,
And
now
maybe
with
one day it will happen. I'm alive. I have hope.
now with YouTube and all this artificial intelligence with videos, you would have some really amazing videos to go with your music.
But
If you
all my
kind of
music is on YouTube already for free. Everybody can listen to all my music for free.
okay, okay, that's
Everything is
great.
there. I didn't put it. No, somebody did it without
Oh,
asking me if what I thought. But it's all there. You put Cyrille Verdeaux or
okay.
Clearlight, you have hundreds.
So put down in the description where the YouTube channel and if you want people to find it there or whatever, we'd love to have you be available to everybody.
But so far, it's just if you put my name Cyrille Verdeaux on Clearlight,
Okay.
they will have access to a lot of things after they go from one to another to
Right.
have to do their own research after, I guess.
Well, look at that. So
Or I
currently,
have CD Baby, I have CDBaby.com
okay,
also, who have a resume with of each albums, which one, why, and
I'll
so
put
on.
that in the description. What about
Okay.
currently? Are you doing anything new as far as
No,
music or okay,
nah, no, I'm
right,
no more instruments.
right.
I'm on the bottom now.
Okay. Well,
Eh,
listen, you did
But
some
I'm
fantastic
retired.
stuff.
I'm 74. I did it for more than 40 years after all.
Right.
So for
Oh
me,
yeah, but
I don't suffer from to be a has-been or
right.
something like it. I'm eternal, I guess.
Yeah, that's what
You
happens,
cannot be has-been when you are eternal.
Yeah, well, you has been, but people come back to people that have great music like you did. It comes around circle, they'll find it. As long but now everything has to be on the internet. If it's on the internet, it'll be there for who knows how many years. So
Thanks to
you're
internet,
always
there's also like 2 or 3 billions people. Just so huge that we are just a little drop into
right.
the ocean. If you don't have a big promotion, nobody will hear
Yeah.
about you.
Well, there's only a few people making a lot of money in this whole entertainment world now. The Taylor Swifts of the world,
Of
those
course.
type of people. But
Yeah,
what are
but
you
you
gonna
know
do?
what? They do stage, they do live concerts
Right.
and with incredible lights and laser
Oh
and
yeah,
picture.
a lot of money.
That it costs a lot of money.
Oh
Who can do
yeah,
that at the time? Who can invest so
right,
many dollars for one single lady?
right,
But the one who did it, they are even richer now. So they were
right.
right.
Yeah,
But
what are you gonna do?
coming from
Can't
the
do much.
country. I
Can't do
hear
much.
their music. It's just normal, basic music. There's nothing,
Yeah, is what it
nothing
is.
very new about it. And they do billions of views.
Right.
I cannot stand this situation anymore.
No, no,
All
it's
the
kind of
values
sad.
are reversed. It's like the good one are in the bottom and
Right.
vice versa. You have Trump. Everybody worship this guy as the messenger of God.
Yeah.
What do they have in the brain? I'm very scared about humanity nowadays.
Well, the problem is a lot of
Yeah.
kids don't
That's
listen
why I'm
to.
a little apart. Less I see the best.
A lot of kids are listening to songs real quick. They don't listen to a whole record unless you have a real music person who buys vinyl and listen. But most of these
Yeah,
kids
the
are going to
McDonald's,
stuff,
it's
want
fast
30
food,
seconds.
it's fast food music.
Yep.
On they have their list. The favorite list. With 5, 6, 7, 900
Yep.
titles. They will never listen to it. No,
Right.
for me, this is it. Well, it's over.
Yeah.
Game is
True.
over.
Yep.
Period. I
Well,
don't know what the future will be. I'm not. I'm a little anxious to be
yeah.
honest.
We'll see what the future stands.
The global
Anyway,
thing.
well, listen, it was nice talking to you here, and
It's
thank you for
already gone.
doing this. And this will be up on my site in a couple days, so look for it.
Okay, I will show
Okay.
you a few other albums that
Oh
I
yeah,
like.
look. Oh yeah,
The
there you
Paul
go.
Who.
Great. Let's
Um,
see more.
I have Ethnicolor that's done with samples of tribes
Oh
facing
wow.
extinction,
Okay.
chant with some like a deep forest a little bit.
Right.
This one is for training aerobics. Kind of
Right. I
more
love the
house.
artwork's great.
Yeah, and
Wow.
then you have like this one. It's like
Wow. You have a lot of records. Wow.
that's Paul Whitehead who did this album. Paul Whitehead of
Oh
Genesis
yeah.
is the one who did the album. So
That's
fun. I
great.
have 17 like this. All
17. Wow.
all beautiful, all well done, and we can always do like a reassert because it's my birthday of 50 years. I
Wow.
started 50 years ago, 74, 24.
Right, right. Wow.
50
Congratulations.
years
And you're
of
still
music.
here. And you're
I'm
still
still
here.
here.
You're still healthy. And
Yeah, I do yoga. I be careful with my food. And I do
that's
sport.
great.
And I
And,
live in a very
and you're
non-polluted little city near the ocean. It could be better.
And you should be proud of what you did, because you really made an impact on music in that period. So thank you for everything.
I have been glad to have been useful for some.
Thank you, Nell. Thank you, Nell. Thanks for doing this. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.